Welcome to Nanny Knowledge with Miss Jen. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome mommies and daddies, nannies and grannies, and anyone who's just looking for a little extra advice or information about all things baby. Infants, newborns, toddlers, all the way up to preschool age. We will be covering all of that here on my channel. So make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications and updates every time I post new fresh videos for you. Today here on Nanny Knowledge with Miss Jen, we're going to be discussing 10 tips on traveling with kids. In some of my other videos, I've talked about traveling with children on an airplane. This one is about road trips in the car. Doesn't that sound fun? Loading the kids up in the car in the back seat with all your backpacks and luggages and snack packs and fruit cups and toys and puzzles and seat belts and car seats. It's a lot, but it can be done and it can be fun. With a little bit of patience, some compassion, and a lot of love, you're going to get through this road trip, mommies. Tip number 1, have fun. Relax. Try to make it enjoyable for everybody. I know it's not easy. I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. Everyone's tired. Everyone's grumpy. Everyone needs to go to the bathroom. But try to find ways to make this trip fun for you and for your little ones. Regardless of their age, there are fun things that you can do in the car on a road trip to make things more enjoyable. Activities, games, coloring books, stickers, window clings. These are my favorite. You know what I'm talking about. It's not a sticker. It doesn't have the sticky adhesive on the back. It's just a clear piece of plastic with a little cartoon or alphabet letter that you can stick on windows and glass. They don't stay permanently, so they can come off easily and you can reuse them over and over again. Bring them in the car on the road trip and then pull them out and bring them into the hotel room and let your kids go to town on the hotel windows. Just make sure to clean those up and bring them with you so that somebody else doesn't have to peel them all off. It's just a fun way to keep your kid entertained, let them put their things up on the window, make little storyboards, use their imagination, and just pass the time by a little bit more quickly. Tip number 2. Another important thing to do on your road trips is to capture those memories. Take lots of pictures. This is a road trip that they might not remember unless they have photos to refer back to. So get your cell phone camera out or bring your little point and shoot camera and capture those memories and then review them with them later after the trip is over so that they can remember what a fun time they had with their family. Nowadays, family time is kind of rare, so it's nice to have those family trips and vacations and to have those memories to look back on in a photograph is something that they will remember and cherish for many years to come. Tip number 3. I call this one a bag of fun. Bag o' fun. Just pack a bag of fun stuff, whether it be a backpack or a tote or a little bag that they get to carry around and be responsible for themselves. Just a bag full of toys, all kinds of goodies and treasures. Anything from puzzles, coloring books and crayons, if they're old enough to enjoy a video game or an iPad or an iPhone, maybe some little kid binoculars or even a little kid camera. They have those little tiny digital cheap kid cameras that they can take their own pictures of their journey and their vacation with their family. Challenge them to use that camera to take pictures of specific things, like a treasure hunt of sorts, or I spy, whenever they see a cow, or a specific color car. Oh, I spy a red car. Get pictures of them. Even more so, just make sure that they're capturing those fun memories of their family vacation with you. Tip number 4, play games. There are so many road trip games out there. I'm going to list them down below, but if you have some fun games that you've played with your family on road trips, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always open to some new fun ideas and suggestions. Starting, of course, with I Spy, or picking out certain landmarks out the window, or paying attention to license plates, or the color of cars that are going by. Or, of course, there's always the big rig, horn honking. You know what that is? You see a big rig or a semi-truck, and you do this in your window to them, and they see you and they honk their horn, and it's so much fun. I don't know if this is still a thing or not, but back when I was a kid on my road trips, way back in the day, in the 60s and 70s and 80s, long time ago, that's what we did. Whenever we'd see a semi-truck, we'd get so excited when we'd get closer to it, and we'd start doing this like crazy. All 4 of the kids in the back seat were doing this, and the semi-truck drivers love it. I've read that there are truck drivers out there that missed that tradition, that fun thing that kids used to do. It's like a thing that people have forgotten about. So try it. Next time you're on a long road trip in a country road somewhere and you see a semi-truck, have the kids maybe even you can join into. Start doing this to the driver in the truck, and maybe he'll look down and see you, and I almost guarantee you he's going to go honk, honk. Of course, if these are little ones, little tiny toddlers and kids that are young, haven't heard those loud honking sounds before, you might want to warn them, hey, this is going to be loud, but it's fun. You ready? Honk, honk, here it comes. Here comes the loud noise. So that they're not, taken by surprise and startled and then start crying. Then the road trip is ruined. Travel tip number 5. This one is a vacation scrapbooking. You're not going to be making your scrapbook in the car on the road trip per se, but you're starting to gather and collect data and photos and little trinkets and souvenirs from the places that you're visiting on your road trips, whether it be a map of your favorite spot that you visited or a menu from a restaurant, some of those little place mats that they give you at the restaurants that the kids can color and do little crossword puzzles. Some of those little souvenirs from places that you stopped along the way, whether it be a rest stop that has the little forestry maps and animal information of the wildlife in the area, or their favorite amusement park that they visited when they were on that vacation or that road trip. If you're going camping, make sure that you get leaves from the woods and sticks and pine needles, things that they can collect while they're out and about having their fun vacation that they can bring home. And then once their vacation is over and all's back to normal and boring, they have a fun activity that they can do that will bring back those warm memories of that fun family vacation and that cool road trip that you just took. Travel tip number 6, snacks. Y'all, snacks, food, sustenance, nutrition. You have got to bring snacks on your road trips. You can't rely on the drive-thrus and the little restaurants and diners along the way, unless you have your road trip completely mapped out and you know where all your favorite stops are. Kids are still gonna need snacks in the interim to hold them over. Kids get grumpy. Kids get claustrophobic. Kids get squirmy. They're gonna get grumpy in that car. And it's not gonna be a fun trip for anybody if you've got a kid in the back seat kicking and crying and screaming the whole way, making the driver get a total migraine on this road trip. Snacks. Bring little kid granola bars. Bring juice boxes. Bring water. Bring snacky snacks in little cups and Ziploc bags. Of course, if your child is old enough to handle a Ziploc bag, we don't give plastic bags to babies. Choking hazard. I know you already know this. Probably. Snacky snacks, whether it be pretzels or goldfish or little tiny M&Ms, trail mix, Chex Mix. These are some of my favorites. Chocolate chips is an option, but I would avoid the chocolate and get the carob kind because a kid with chocolate in his body, that's sugar and caffeine. Locked up in a car on a long road trip, don't bring chocolate. I would also avoid sugary drinks and caffeinated beverages. That's not something you want your kiddo to be cooped up in a car with that coursing through their veins, right? Yeah, don't do it. For those younger kiddos and toddlers, make sure to bring a sippy cup that doesn't spill in the car. Whether you're in your own family van or a rental car, you don't want spills and messes in the car, especially not something like milk that's going to get sour and stinky, or juice that's going to be sugar loaded and sweet and sticky and messy. Try to find the spill-proof sippy cups to bring on your road trip so you're not making a mess in the car. And don't forget wipes, hand wipes or face wipes, baby wipes, butt wipes, whatever you call them. Bring those for cleanups because they're going to help tremendously along the way, especially during snack time, but also just when they're out and about or touching things out in nature, picking up dirt and rocks and sticks, or touching doorknobs of public places. You want to wipe down those kiddos' hands a lot. And it might be helpful to have a little small trash bag in the car somewhere so that you can throw away wrappers, napkins, and wipes so that you can keep things tidy in that car on your road trip. You don't want a bunch of junk and crud laying around in the car seat, old yucky, stale, cold French fries laying around. Have a cleanup every time that you get out of that car so that road trip will remain fresh smelling and not get stinky and stale and sticky. Stinky, stale, and sticky. It's the name of my new band. Stinky, stale, and sticky. That'll be my next video post. I'm serious. That's actually a really good topic idea. With a little bit of patience, some compassion, and a lot of love, you're going to get through this road trip, mommies. I'm here to help. We're going to do this together. Thanks again for watching. Please leave some comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Some thumbs up are always nice. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Today here on Nanny... Maybe the kids get to pick their nursery rhymes and their kitty dingly dangly. What is it called? Let's find some rest stop. Then you've got another half of the trip to do. You still have an old is something that they will remember. Just pet. Really? Thanks for watching, everyone. This is the end of part 1. The link to part 2 is down below in the description. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Thanks again.